Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and today I'm going to focus on two units that I feel don't get enough credit. I rainbowed both of them a little while ago with the influx of orbs that we have been getting recently from the EZAs and the Pronga Wishes and things like that, and I haven't got around to showing them off. So it is the Trunks and the Goten, both came out at the same time, around the time of the Bio Broly story event when that first came out. They debuted on a banner with the STR Destructo Disc Android 18. So I'm just going to go over them quickly because we don't want this first part to be too long. Both the units are very similar, so it shouldn't take that long. So they both have a very similar leader skill. They give two types, Ki +2, HP attack and defense 20%. Obviously that's really bad. There are so many better leaders that you probably wouldn't even think twice about using them as a leader. Super attack is the triple Kamehameha. Supreme damage to enemy raises allies attack by 20% for one turn. So obviously the earlier in the turn they attack, they give everybody else a little bit of a buff. Passive skill for Trunks is attack plus 80%, reduces damage received by 40% when guard is activated. So against AGL opponents he will reduce damage by 40% guaranteed. Makes him really useful for things like Super TEQ, Super Battle Road. Link skills are Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Budding Warrior, the Innocents, and Prepared for Battle, and his categories are the Hybrid Saiyans and the Majin Buu Saga. 12 key multiply 130%, and obviously there are tons of summonable SR Trunks that you can use to raise his super attack, which is what I did. And then the Goten is very similar, so it's int and physical instead of tech and physical. Still supreme damage, raises allies attack by 20%. Attack plus 80%, but his defensive based part of his passive is high chance to reduce damage received by 40%. So this means that it's not guaranteed, but he has the possibility to do it against any attacks. So it's kind of hard to determine which one's better. Obviously, if Goten's passive doesn't activate, then he doesn't really tank at all. Whereas Trunks is guaranteed, but only against one type. So, and they both have exactly the same link set, so we're going to get them linked up. Pretty sure, yeah, same key multiplier as well. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into the actual gameplay. What I decided to do is go on to Boss Rush 3, going a bit old school, just because the first stage of Goku is AGL. And then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is AGL, so we'll have a couple of AGL stages that we can test out Trunks' tanking. So, gonna put Trunks at the front here. We've got this support, we obviously got the double Gohan leads, and then we have a couple of support units. Gonna try and get the Goten and Trunks onto the same rotation since they have the exact same link set. So this is gonna start off great, a super attack straight away. And 47 damage. 47 damage from a super attack. So, and then the attack plus 80% allows him to actually hit reasonably well as well. 800k is definitely not bad. Gohan. My Gohan has no dupes, so unless he gets his level 5 crit. Actually, he might take him out. Hybrid Saiyan's team with a support unit on the rotation. So I wanted to make sure we got Trunks in that first rotation just so we could see him defend against the Goku there. I think we'll float off Trunks during the rest of this fight since his abilities don't come into play with an STR opponent. So let's do this. Because yeah, we want them on the same rotation, but we don't want to float off Goten, especially when there's no attacks in the third slot. So there you go. With his passive activating, he is also taking double digits, and then he is going to hit for 400k. Obviously, that's without type advantage, which the Trunks did have in the previous stage, and 58 damage from a super attack. One of the things to bear in mind is these are non-Dokkan Fest units, so they are available on every banner. With all multis being GSSR now and 95% chance to pull an unfeatured unit, it's very likely that you might see one of these guys sometime soon if you are doing a lot of summons, especially with all the new banners and things that are coming out. So let's do this. This is definitely not the best rotation for some of the units, but that's fine. Do this and get Trunks off of the rotation. So yeah, these are non-Dokkan Fest units. Obviously I've rainbowed both of them. I pulled, I think, the Goten as soon as they were first available, and then it took me a while to get the Trunks. And then during the many summons we did leading up to the 3 year, and then during the 250 mil celebrations so far, managed to finish them all off. And I would say it is worth it. The thing that I'm looking forward to the most is the fact that at some point, you can imagine, they will get Dokkan Awakenings. And I'm going to be very interested to see what exactly they are going to get from a Dokkan Awakening. I'm going to deliberately not super with this Gohan just because he has the chance to stun. And obviously, if we... Oh, actually, yeah, no, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku can't be stunned. Oh well. I had the right idea, but I completely forgot he can't be stunned. Because, yeah, don't want to stun him in the first slot and then not have Goten be able to tank at all. So... yeah, I quite like their super attack animation. Obviously, it's from a reference to the Bio Broly movie, which is awful. 9 damage. But yeah, Krillin coming in there to help the boys out with the Kamehameha. And then Gohan tanking as well. So this setup of this team is incredibly defensive, which is pretty good. I'm a big fan of this AGL World Tournament Gohan as well. He needs a Dokkan Awakening, but they are slowly but surely going through all of the World Tournament units. But even on JP, he doesn't have one yet. So, and obviously, Hybrid Saiyans and the Majin Buu Saga category that these guys both fit on are both the ones that give a large defensive boost. So it's an ideal team for having such defensive units. Because here you can see there some of the units able to tank normal attacks fairly well, but that Gohan, even with type advantage, taking 20k from Super Saiyan 4 Goku, whereas the Goten and Trunks only taking double digits. Hey, gets a crit, takes him out. So I think we should have our guys together now, and we've got a support unit on the rotation with them as well. Obviously this is only the first phase of an event, which is never particularly hard, but yeah, so a nice amount of lengths popping off there, as you can see, including now Kamehameha, which obviously activates once one of your units is super attacking for a nice little bit of extra damage. So Trunks' attack stat a little bit higher, it seems, and then of course he'll get his attack raised by Gohan super attacking first, or Goten, sorry. Goten tanking really nicely, and then 700k roughly from Trunks, which is also pretty good. I mean, like I said, these are non-Dokkan Fest units who are designed primarily to be defensive, so being able to hit for that amount of damage, I would say, is actually pretty decent. Let's save some greens and purples. Although, to be fair, with the 2 Ultimate Gohans and a support unit, we will probably take out the TEQ Vegeta here, even without crits. I tried to bring a Gohan that wasn't too high up in the dupe system. I think he has no dupes, just like mine, because we don't want him to go crazy and do too much damage while we are trying to show off Goten and Trunks. So, and yeah, of course he takes him out. So go on to the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Still up to Goten here to tank most of the damage. And then we got the 35% support Gohan on this rotation, so that is a nice boost to them. And of course we managed to fall just short of the Dokkan attack, which means we are going to have to try to... I'm probably going to have to not super with anyone next turn, just so that we can give it to one of these guys. Because yeah, we might take out... wow, yeah. So between the two of them, quite a decent amount of damage output takes out the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in one rotation. Obviously the support from that physical Gohan, excellent support unit, that definitely helps. And then of course we're going to get a rotation with 2 key support units, meaning it is going to be impossible to not super attack with somebody, which is perfect. Yeah, there's literally nothing we can do. I guess the best thing to try and do, I don't know. Because yeah, I wanted to try and get it with the STR Gohan because he's the one that would deal the least damage. So if we gotta get it, we gotta get it. We might as well deal as little damage as possible to this Vegeta. He's not going to be able to one-shot us in one turn, so... There's the good thing about the Goten and Trunks, though, however, is I'm just going to skip this as well, just so it goes a bit quicker. The good thing about the Goten and Trunks, compared to some other defensive units, is there's no restriction on HP or anything like that. Because there definitely is the one downside to units like the Golden Frieza tanks when it comes to things like Super Battle Road and things like that. The fact that you can have turns where they can't tank for you at all is definitely a bit disadvantageous sometimes. So, but of course, now that we are on to an AGL type unit, the Trunks will be tanking guaranteed. Of course, he super attacks Gohan, and Gohan's passive doesn't activate. But okay, so they're both going to get 3 attacks each, but we're going to put you at the front. And then Gohan, or Goten, and then Gohan. Let's grab a heal. Just in case. Because like I said, the one downside to the Goten is if his passive doesn't activate, he obviously doesn't tank at all. And if Vegeta super attacks him at the end there. So, double digits. 654, so against Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who is a unit that does have very high defense, that is actually some pretty decent damage, I have to say. Goten not so much, but getting a dodge in there. Being that he is a unit aimed to be defensive more than anything, I've given him a majority of dodge and crit. He's never going to deal a huge amount of damage, but as a unit that you're going to put in front of lots of attacks, I feel like it's good to give them some dodge. And I feel like we are maybe not going to take him out this turn just because of the lack of particularly powerful units. Having a rotation of all your support units is not the best in terms of damage, although he's getting a lot of defense from all of those stat boosts. Not going to help too much against the super attack though. Oh, and the additional super from Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Oh, doesn't quite take him out though, sadly. So we will leave it to Trunks to take out his father. That sweet, sweet type advantage. I'm pretty sure I gave him all dodge. He obviously, as a TEQ unit, he can only get 15 dodge, but that's what I went for. And there you go. So that is a brief showcase of both of these guys, the defensive powerhouses of the Hybrid Saiyans, or, well, I was going to say or Buu Saga team, but I guess the Buu Saga team does have some pretty good options, especially considering Super Vegeta is a pretty good tank himself. But there you go. So I would say these guys are worth putting orbs into. Let me know what you think in the comments down below if you have them and if you have put any orbs into them. I know Y-Try rainbowed the Trunks and used him for the Super TEQ Super Battle Road. So there you go. That is going to be it, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you are new. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at the Masked Ningen, or join my Discord. The link is in the description. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.